Chapter 1. It was a sunny morning in Sunny Valley, which is how most mornings in Sunny Valley are. Ollo was sleeping peacefully, but now it was time for him to wake up. At first, Ollo didn't want to get up, but then he remembered that today was the day he was going to help his friend Rose in her garden. Ollo liked Rose a lot, and working in the garden was fun. He couldn't wait to get there. On the way to Rose's house, Ollo ran into his friend Lottie, who was having some trouble.
It's these fling-flanging balloons, Ollo.
Lottie was delivering a load of balloons to the big Sunny Valley Fair, but they kept floating away out of her truck.
If I just had something to hold the balloons and keep them in the truck while I'm driving, I'd be all right.
Ollo wondered if he might have something that could help her. Lottie ran the Rapid Rabbit Delivery Company, so she took all sorts of things all over Sunny Valley.
Mostly I deliver things that don't float away.
Top, bottom, on, off, down, up, open, close.
Ollo tried the door to his shed, but it was locked.
Purple, red, yellow, orange. Match the worms that are the same color.
Huh?
Good job.
Ollo kept the key to the backyard shed sitting on his table. He took the key with him. Ollo unlocked the shed with his key. The shed was where Ollo kept everything that was too big or too dirty to go in the house. There were a lot of things in the shed. Ollo found his old net hanging from a hook in the corner of his shed. He took it with him just in case.
Yellow, blue,
Ollo gave his net to Lottie to hold the balloons in the back of the truck.
Thanks a lot, Ollo. That's perfect. Now I can take these babies to the fair.
Lottie was not the best driver in Sunny Valley, but she was the fastest.
three, four,
Now that he'd helped his friend Lottie with her balloon problem, Ollo was finally ready to go work with Rose in her garden. Chapter 2. Ollo was going to help Rose in her garden.
Ollo, I'm so glad you're here.
Rose was very glad to see Ollo. She couldn't wait to tell him about her special project for the Sunny Valley Fair.
We're going to grow the biggest tomato this valley has ever seen. It's sure to win first prize.
Rose tended to get very excited when she was talking about tomatoes, or contests. Now, Rose couldn't leave her garden,
I've got to keep an eye on my baby carrots.
so she needed Ollo to bring her some things.
Here, take a look at this list.
Ollo needed to find Rose a rake, a tomato seed, and a watering can so she could grow her tomato.
Now hurry and find me those things so we can get going on this tomato.
One, two, three, four.
Rose had an issue of Seed Fancier magazine in her mailbox. Inside was an article about a new type of tomato called Red Thunder. Ollo decided he should take the magazine with him.
Ini apa ya? Ah,
Ollo said hello to his friend Penny, an interior decorator who lived in the woods.
Hi, Ollo. It's nice to see you.
Penny was always rearranging her nest, even though she didn't have any furniture.
I've got to get the angles between the sticks just right. Ollo, do you think my nest looks better this way? Or this way?
Ollo couldn't see any difference at all. He said he thought it looked just fine both ways. Ollo thought he might visit his friend Wally, but the gate was closed and no one was home.
Which one is the biggest? Correct.
which one is the biggest? Alright.
Ollo showed Rose the magazine he'd found.
Red Thunder! That's it! That's the kind of tomato we want to grow.
Ollo still needed to find Rose a rake, a tomato seed, and a watering can so she could grow her tomato. The path towards the swamp was blocked.
Three.
The drawbridge was up to let some swans pass by. Ollo thought they were The drawbridge was up to let some swans. Ollo found Rose's favorite watering can out near Lemonade Creek. Rose was always leaving things around and forgetting where she put them. Farmer Franklin was Sunny Valley's biggest seed importer. He had all kinds of seeds, trees, bushes, vegetables, flowers, you name it. So Ollo asked him for a tomato seed.
Sure thing, Ollo. What kind of tomato seed do you need?
Farmer Franklin explained that there were many kinds of tomatoes, and each one came from a different kind of seed. So he needed to know what type of tomato Rose and Ollo were trying to grow.
Maybe you could bring me a picture or something?
Ollo gave the seed magazine to Farmer Franklin and told him that he and Rose wanted to grow a tomato like the one in the article.
Red Thunder? You sure about this, Ollo? Those are awful big.
Ollo said that awful big was exactly what they wanted. So Farmer Franklin gave him a seed.
Let's see now, where's that seed? Ah, here it is. Red Thunder.
The seed was almost as big as a normal tomato.
You be careful now, Ollo. These tomatoes are still experimental.
Ya pas umurnya gitu. Tahu ya mereka ngomong apa.
Count to 33. 3. 6. 9. Count to 100. 5.
Some kids were playing baseball on the field. Ollo decided he'd better not interrupt their game. The drawbridge was up to let some swans pass by.
Ring. How do I find a ring? Oh.
Ollo found Rose's rake over at the fairgrounds. He decided someone must have borrowed it while they were setting up the fair.
5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
The fair was still being set up, so people weren't allowed inside quite yet.
5. 4. 2. 1. 5.
thought he might visit Blimpo the clown, but his door was closed. He thought he'd try back later. Ollo gave Rose the tomato seed he'd gotten from Farmer Franklin.
Thanks, Ollo. We'll need that to grow our super colossal tomato for the fair.
Ollo has found everything Rose needs to grow the tomato. Ollo gave Rose the watering can.
Oh boy, thanks. We're almost ready to grow that tomato now.
Ollo has found everything Rose needs to grow the tomato. Ollo gave Rose the rake.
That's everything we need. Okay, Ollo, let's grow ourselves a tomato. There! Now comes the hard part. We wait for it to grow.
They didn't have to wait long. Red Thunder tomatoes are not only large, they also grow very fast.
Gee, maybe this is a little bit too big. Look out!
The giant tomato began rolling through Sunny Valley, causing all sorts of problems. Rose was somewhat concerned about the situation.
Oh no, it's a disaster, an absolute disaster, and it's all my fault. Oh no.
Ollo told her not to worry and said he would go find out if anyone needed help.
Okay, that's good. Yes, very good. I'd better stay here in case the tomato comes back.
Chapter 3. As it turned out, there was someone who needed Ollo's help. That someone was a clown named Blimpo.
Oh me, oh my.
Blimpo was upset. Ollo asked what was the matter.
I was just outside minding my own business, practicing some of my clown tricks, when all of a sudden this big tomato came along.
The tomato had knocked off Blimpo's hilarious orange-colored clown wig, and now he couldn't find it.
People will see my head. Oh, this is awful.
Ollo said he would help look for the wig. This seemed to make Blimpo a bit happier, but not much.
You're not looking at my head, are you?
Lihat ekspresinya.
Blimpo was still quite upset about his wig.
It's just that my head is so shiny.
Ollo said he was doing his best to find it and asked Blimpo to be patient.
Repeat after me. Bird. Star. Bug. Star. Try that one again. Bird. Igloo. Sun.
The midway at the fair was still being set up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ollo found a stick by the pond. He took it with him. You can never have too many sticks. The path into the swamp was flooded, like it usually was early in the day. Ollo's friend Penny was not happy.
Oh, Ollo, it's awful. This big tomato came bouncing by and smashed my beautiful nest, and now I'm stuck living in this This...
It was Blimpo's orange-colored wig. Penny did not like it. Did I mention that she was an interior decorator?
It's just so tacky.
Penny said that she'd much rather rebuild her nest of sticks than live in the wig.
But I definitely need all the original sticks back, and I have no idea where they landed. Oh, dear.
Ollo wanted to give a stick to Penny, but she was way up in the tree. Ollo was a good jumper, but not that good. Ollo asked his friend Wally if he'd seen a fairly large tomato around anywhere.
Matey? No, not much call for those in cakes. Not these days, anyhow.
Wally was baking something for the cake contest at the fair. He was known all over the valley for his delicious cakes.
Open. Close. Loud. Front.
That doesn't work.
Back.
Ollo asked Wally how his cake was coming along.
It'll be a while. These sassafras cakes take time, but they sure are tasty.
Es acepto.
Ollo wanted to give a stick to Penny, but she was...
Do you want to use my garden, Ollo?
Grow the correct flower to complete the pattern. Plant a seed in the ground. Cover the seed with dirt. Then water it and the seed will grow into a flower. Use the watering can to water the seed. Good job! Use the rake to clear the seed or flower.
Oh, ada bentuknya juga ya. Oh, oke. Oke. Tapi ada apa ya? Ya.
Down!
Ada tangga di mana?
Ollo found a stick near the drawbridge. He took it with him. You never know when a good stick might come in handy. Ollo's friend Muriel Moose was working on a big sculpture near the Sunny Valley Quarry.
I've never done one quite this big before.
Ollo asked Muriel if he could borrow her ladder.
Sure, Ollo. The top is pretty much done, so I won't be needing the ladder for a while. My tools are everywhere. I'll move them in a few minutes so you can get by.
Muriel was busy working on her sculpture, so Ollo knew a minute could... Ollo set up Muriel's ladder so he could climb up into the tree. Ollo gave Penny 2 sticks.
2 sticks for my nest. This is great, Ollo. Just one more and then I can move out of this ugly wig.
Which one is the biggest?
The path into the swamp was flooded, like it usually was early in the day.
Two. Count to 33. 3.
Oli di mana?
Ollo asked Wally how his cake was coming along.
It'll be a while. These sassafras cakes take time, but they sure are tasty.
Loud. Open. Close.
Ollo asked Wally.
Six.
Oh, tuh dia.
Ollo found a stick out behind his house. He picked it up. Ollo liked a tidy backyard. Ollo gave Penny another stick.
It's the last stick from my nest. This is terrific. Now I can move back in. Goodbye, ugly wig. Thanks a lot, Ollo. It's great to have my nest back. I wonder if I should get some furniture someday.
Ollo took Blimpo's wig with him. He didn't think it was ugly at all. In fact, he rather liked it. Ollo returned Blimpo's hilarious orange-colored wig.
This is wonderful!
Blimpo was very happy.
I can't thank you enough. I feel funnier already. Whoops, that's not right. Tell you what, pull my... Say, do you hear something? Oh, no! Not again!
By cracky.
Unfortunately, it looks like the trouble with the giant tomato isn't quite over. Chapter 4. As he passed by the house where Wally lived, he heard a terrible racket.
Concern persnickety Jim Crack piece of junk.
It was Wally.
Useless, wobbly, tin-plated bacon jalopy.
Wally explained to Ollo that he had been baking a special cake for the decorating contest at the fair.
But then there was some sort of hoodoo earthquake or something, and my beautiful prize-winning cake fell on over and got itself ruined.
Ollo started to explain that it had been a tomato, not an earthquake, but Wally wasn't finished.
And if that weren't enough, this old two-bit stove has fallen apart on me too. Now I gotta fix my stove and start my cake from the beginning again.
Ollo offered to help. He liked making cakes almost as much as he liked eating them.
Well, now, that's right neighborly of you, Ollo. I tell you what, I'm going to let you in on a little secret.
Wally explained that the reason his cakes were always so much more delicious than anyone else's was that he always used exactly the right amount of sugar.
3 cups. You gotta use exactly 3 cups of sugar. Knock me down and call me Mother Hubbard. I'm clean out of sugar.
He gave Ollo a measuring cup and asked him to go and get some sugar.
3 cups. If you see a good tool for fixing the stove, you might bring that along as well. Hope you're keeping your eyes out for something to fix the stove with.
Yes.
The cotton candy machine at the fair had a whole lot of sugar in it for making cotton candy. Ollo had a measuring cup. Now, he just needed to put some sugar in it for the 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups. Ollo decided not to put any more sugar into the cup since it was full. 3 cups. The measuring cup has 3 cups of sugar in it. The midway at the fair was still being set. There was a blacksmith shop next to the swamp, but it was closed while the owner ate lunch. Ollo found an old screwdriver out in the swamp. He decided to take it with him in case someone had a screw loose, which was a common problem in Sunny Valley. Ollo gave Wally the sugar he'd gotten from the cotton candy machine.
That there is a prize-winning cake batter if I ever tasted one. Now, if only the stove was working, we could bake us a cake.
Ollo used his screwdriver to fix the stove.
Well, I'll be, Ollo. You're a regular handyman. Thanks for fixing my stove. What do you say we bake us a cake? Perfect! Now let's decorate it on up for the fair.
Oh my god.
Ollo liked the way the cake looked and thought maybe it was ready for the contest at the fair. Do you think it's ready now?
Yes, sirree, Ollo. This is a real nice cake. I think we're sure to win first prize at the fair.
Just then, the giant tomato rolled by again. Ollo chased after it. It looks like Ollo's in a little bit of trouble. Chapter 5. Fortunately for Ollo, the giant tomato missed him completely and got stuck in some rocks. He wondered what Rose would want to do about her tomato now. Up on the rim of the quarry pit was a very, very heavy boulder with a notch on the bottom. Ollo thought if he could just find some way of moving the old log, the tomato might come unstuck. Ollo's friend Lottie was out by the quarry, which was strange since it wasn't on any of her usual delivery routes.
Yeah, I took a wrong turn on the way to the fair and I got a little lost. Could have happened to anybody.
To make matters worse, while she was driving on the rough ground, she had a problem with one of her wheels.
It just fell right off.
Apparently, the nut that was supposed to hold the wheel on had come off somewhere.
I can't find that fling-flanging nut anywhere, Ollo. Let me know if you happen to see one. I suppose I could order a new nut through the...
Belum sih?
Some kids were playing baseball on the field. Ollo decided he'd better not interrupt their game. Ronnie was the Sunny Valley blacksmith, which meant that he made and fixed things that were metal. Ollo asked him what he was working on.
Nothing. Just testing out a new hammer.
Ronnie uses the stove to heat his metal pieces. The stove was very hot. Ronnie uses the stove to heat his metal pieces. The stove was very hot.
Which one of these does not belong? Try again. Which one of these does not belong?
Ronnie uses the Ollo set. There was a nut down deep in the pond where Ollo couldn't reach it. He thought it must be the nut from Lottie's truck. There was a nut down... Ollo borrowed a magnetic fishing pole from one of the games at the fair. He would bring it back later.
You! bug. La. Og, log.
Ollo didn't know much about fishing, but it only took him one try to get the nut out of the pond. That doesn't work there. That won't work there. Ollo used the nut he'd found to fix Lottie's wheel.
Hot dog, Ollo, you fixed my truck. Well, I'd love to stick around, but I've got to get to the fair.
Lottie had forgotten her jack when she drove off. Ollo took it with him in case he ran into her. Ollo decided to use Lottie's jack to move the enormous boulder. The tomato was launched into the air, narrowly missing a weather helicopter and a flock of geese. It looked like it was headed straight for the fair. Chapter 6. Ollo decided he'd better go see where it landed. Quickly, he tracked it to the roller coaster at the fair, which was being tested by the chief roller coaster operator, Sophie Woldrick.
It was working just fine until this big tomato fell on it.
Sophie was stuck. She explained that Ollo could use the roller coaster control levers to get both her and the tomato down. But unfortunately, the roller coaster was broken.
The primary flux transmission gear flew off and cracked in half.
One piece of the gear was lying on the ground nearby. Ollo picked it up.
I'm not sure where the other half went. You'll have to find it and stick 'em back together. Then you can fix the coaster.
Ollo said he would help.
That spot you're looking at is where the gear goes. The one we have to fix.
Ollo wondered how they get the sugar to be all fluffy when they make cotton candy. Ollo showed Bronny his half of the gear and asked if he could fix it.
Nothing I can do unless you bring me both halves.
Bronny uses the stove. Some kids who'd been playing baseball on the field had left their ball behind. Ollo took it with him.
R-S-T-U-V. Two. 3. 4.
That won't work there. That won't work there.
Top. On bottom. Throw the correct.
couldn't have made it any.
Loud. Front.
That doesn't work there.
Back.
That won't work there.
Five. Star.
Oh.
The frog at the dunk tank introduced himself as Clyde Emerson William Edward Montague Wallingford.
But you may call me Prince Clyde, if you wish.
Prince Clyde was 719th in line for the throne of England.
I say, whatever you do, you mustn't push the target yourself. One must hit it with a baseball. That's how the game works. A most excellent shot, sir. Well done.
Ollo picked up the baseball for another try. Ollo picked up the other half of the roller coaster gear.
I must say, I can't imagine what you'd want with that old thing.
Which bird is different? Correct.
Which bird is different?
B.
Ollo gave Bronny the two halves of the roller coaster gear and asked if he could fix it.
Sure, piece of cake. Here you go, son. Good as new.
Ollo thanked Bronny for helping him.
No charge.
Ollo put the primary flux transmission gear back where it belonged.
Hey, nice going. Now all you have to do is set those control levers in the right positions, and I can get down from here.
There were some instructions for how to set the roller coaster controls tacked right above the levers. Ollo decided middle, middle, up, down.
Tomatnya gimana?
Say, that was fun. I hope you didn't want that tomato for anything.
And what have we here? Invisible tomato? Microscopic tomato? Imaginary tomato? Or did you just get hungry and eat it?
Well, the thing is, my tomato is sort of,
Ollo was about to break the news to Rose that her tomato had been catapulted all the way to France when something extraordinary happened.
It's right here is what it is. Ollo, you did it!
My stars! That's a whopper! I'm going to give it first prize.
Oh, this is so wonderful! I don't know what to say.
Just then, Wally arrived. His cake had won first prize in the decorating contest, and he was eager to show it off to everyone.
Greetings, all. Take a gander at salivating crawdaddies. That's one big tomato.
Thank you. Ollo helped me grow it.
Did he? He helped me make my cake, too. By cracky, that Ollo is a fine fella.
He's the best.
I'm inclined to agree.
Quit. Do you really want to leave us? Okay, see you next time.